I've journaled every day for a year, and while I've had a journaling practice in the past, it's never been a daily practice. But this year, for the first time, I've managed to develop the habit of daily journaling, and I'm going to tell you how I did it and how you can do it too. Hello everybody, my name is Tyler Lloyd, and this is my YouTube channel where I document my personal development journey and all that I learned along the way. For the past year, I have journaled every single day. I journal to record events, unload my thoughts, practice gratitude, and overall track my personal growth. All good things, but it's very hard to develop the habit of journaling, or so I thought, and maybe you have thought the same. Maybe you have tried to practice journaling, trying to reap some of the benefits of journaling, but have never been able to make it stick. I've been there, right there with you. My first consistent journaling practice was developed when I was a Peace Corps volunteer serving in a rural village in Burkina Faso. Over those 2 years, I documented many of my experiences in these two journals. And these two journals are some of my, most favorite prized possessions, given the stories that they contain, the memories and ideas from a very informative time in my life. It was easy to write about stuff when life was so exciting. But once I got back home to the United States, I tried to continue that practice but made excuses that my life wasn't exciting, it was boring, there weren't hippos in the backyard anymore. What was I going to write about? And maybe you feel the same as you start a journaling practice and think that everyday life is boring. And I've tried different methods of journaling, and I want to share with you guys how I have been able to develop a journaling practice this year. And a lot of it comes down to this journal right here. This journal is the Some Lines a Day journal, the 5-year memory book. And this journal has really helped me to develop a daily practice, but you don't need this specific one or even a Some Lines a Day journal to begin the practice. The tips that I'm going to give you will be universal to any journal. So you can just pick up any old notebook and start journaling, but these tips are kind of embedded within this book, which make it nice. How to journal every day? Well, the first thing is to make it obvious, to set up some environmental cue that's going to remind you to journal. I like journaling at bedtime, right before I go to sleep, and having this journal on my bedside table is that reminder. Maybe you need to put it on top of your pillow. Make your bed, set it on top, and before you allow yourself to get into bed, you've got to write in this thing first. Or maybe you want to journal in the morning. We'll have it out in a prominent place where you are faced with it first thing, so you know you need to journal. Maybe you set it up where you have to journal in order to drink your first cup of coffee of the day, but you need to make it obvious. Number 2 would be to make it short. Often when we start a new habit, we're very excited and a little overzealous. Just think about going to the gym. If you're trying to develop a new exercise routine, you probably go all out on the first day, and it makes it really hard to keep up that pace. I did the same thing with journaling. I would start off a new journaling practice and write a page, 2 pages, 3 pages, but then once it started getting difficult, I felt like I had to keep up that pace that was unsustainable. What's nice about this journal is that it's just a small little portion that you need to fill out. It's not a lot, it's a few sentences, and it helps me to not feel like I need to fill out pages and pages, and constrains me and makes it easy to maintain day after day. So don't overdo it, just set a goal of writing maybe a sentence. A sentence is fine. I have a few times in the past year where not much happened, I wasn't feeling inspired, and I wrote that. I just wrote a sentence and I succeeded in journaling for that day. Number 3 is don't create arbitrary constraints. Don't feel that if you've been journaling for a month, documenting daily stories that come up in your life, and you experience a day where you don't feel inspired to write a story, You don't need to write a story. Maybe you take a moment to practice gratitude journaling. Maybe you write about a story from your past, your childhood, and take an opportunity to quickly document it. Toss some ideas out that you've been thinking about for the future, maybe some goals. You don't have to stick to any one format. As long as you write, that's fine. Just make sure that you write every single day, so don't hold yourself to what you've been doing. And number 4 would be try to gamify it. Try to not break the streak. It's somewhat easy to build a habit and maintain it for 30 days. I've done several 30-day challenges on this YouTube channel, but once you get past that 30-day point, it becomes a little harder. Well, if you have successfully written every single day for 30 days, you're going to want to keep it up. So maybe first set that goal of 30 days or 60 days, or better yet, 90 days. Another thing that you can do is actually put a calendar up on your wall and cross off each day that you journal. Once you build up a certain amount of momentum, you're going to want to keep it going. But my last one is, it's okay to miss a day. And I know I said that I've been journaling every single day for the whole year. That's a minor little lie. I have journaled about every single day, but there have been occasions where I have missed a day. Life got busy, maybe I was traveling and I forgot, okay? It happens, but don't allow yourself to miss 2 days. It's okay if you miss a day. Just, write what you did the day before, make a quick note. It's perfectly okay. If you miss a day and you're 90 days in, don't feel that you need to start all over again. I would definitely recommend this journal, the Some Lines a Day journal. I've got it linked down below. This has been extremely helpful in helping me record my daily activities. I'm really excited for next year when I start journaling for 2021 and just comparing what I'm writing about now versus what I wrote about a year ago, and it will just continue to get better as I fill out 2022, 2023, 2024, and having that opportunity to reflect. And that's the biggest thing for these journals for me, is having the opportunity to go back and reflect. Because as I go back through my journals, I'm reminded of stories that I experienced, maybe little minor details that I forgot about, ideas that maybe I let languish, goals that I set that I didn't keep up with. And I can also see my overall mood and mindset as I read the pages of my journal entries and start to see some patterns that can be extremely enlightening. So I would encourage you to develop a daily journal practice, and this journal is a great way to get started. If you have a journaling practice or any additional tips, please let me know in a comment down below. I would love to hear them. And until next time, my name is Tyler Lloyd, and this is my YouTube channel where I document my personal development journey and all that I learned along the way. See you guys later.